Hi, my name is Miguel Leal for MRC Latino, and you're watching the good, the bad, and the ugly. By now, you have heard about the situation in Venezuela. This episode may be longer than the others, but this is a subject that is close to my heart. I want to make sure that you know who is the good, the bad, and the ugly in this whole fiasco. The good, Juan Guaido. And it seems like no Juan knows who he is. Okay, we're done with that Juan joke. Guaido didn't just appear and yell, "Hey guys, I'm the president of Venezuela. Trump, Duque, and other presidents, you cool with that?" No. Guaido is the son of a Venezuelan taxi driver, an industrial engineer, and he was elected to the National Assembly by the Venezuelan people. This is basically like Congress. He is not a permanent president. He is an interim president until legitimate elections can be held. Who else has been good? Spanish language and English networks. They all have been on the same page.
4 dead as socialist dictator Maduro's thugs opened fire on civilians.
Some of what you're looking at right there is that's because some of the humanitarian shipments were even set on fire.
The U.S. providing $56 million to partners in the region to help get aid to Venezuela.
Violence at the Venezuelan border over efforts to get humanitarian aid into that country.
Univision's Al Punto even comes down on Bernie, who refuses to call Maduro a dictator.
¿Es entonces Nicolás Maduro un dictador y debe salir del poder?
Yo creo definitivamente que él ha sido muy abusivo. Esta es una decisión del pueblo venezolano.
Interesante, no se anima a calificar a Maduro de dictador.
The smaller networks like our friends at Telecapitalista have been doing their part on Facebook and supplying footage not shown on mainstream networks for obvious reasons. These videos may be graphic.
De ayuda humanitaria se está incendiando luego de que la Policía Nacional Bolivariana haya detonado algunas bombas lacrimógenas hacia las gandolas y estas mismas se estén incendiando.
El cambio a Venezuela llegó y nosotros, señores, somos parte de la historia. Esto sucede solamente cada 200 años y sintámonos orgullosos porque ustedes son parte de esta historia.
What happens when networks all do responsible reporting? The world takes notice. And even the UN is stepping in and seeking $738 million to help handle the immigration needs. On Monday, Guaido, Pence, and Duque, the president of Colombia, met. Why? Well, we already knew that the people were incredibly poor and starving in Venezuela. But now, the suffering in Venezuela is out of hand. People are dying. Exodus that is happening out there is getting to Syrian proportions. When human aid came to Venezuela, what did the Venezuelan dictator Nicolás Maduro do? He burnt it, claiming it was an attempt at a coup. Last I checked, wanting a legitimate election is not a coup. Still with me? Okay, good. The bad. Well, that would be all of Maduro's puppets. They are the ones that allow Maduro to remain in power. They are the ones killing the people. They are the ones burning humanitarian aid. They are the ones shushing the media. This week, they detained and confiscated the equipment of Jorge Ramos, Univision's anchor, for asking Maduro what he thinks about millions of Venezuelans considering him a dictator and not a legitimate president. He also asked him about kids eating out of trash cans and showed him a video of it. That's when he left the interview and detained Ramos and his crew. At this point, you may be thinking and asking yourself, why would they do that? Why would they do what Maduro tells them to? Because they know that if Maduro falls, they will be next. The ugly. If you don't know by now, then you haven't been listening to a word that I have been saying. Nicolás Maduro, the power-hungry tyrant who turned his back on the people's need. What monster burns the help that is sent for suffering people, kills his own people? And maybe Venezuela's deal doesn't seem so big because we have been desensitized to their issues. Because, well, they have been suffering for years. I mean, since Chavez. Chavez would not have burned the supplies, but that's not Maduro. And it's really easy to see his colors now. He has no concerns for human lives. Still not enough proof of why Maduro needs to leave? In 2017, Maduro's elected Supreme Court took all the power away from the National Assembly, or Congress. As Joanna Hauzman put it, imagine when the Democrats took the House. Imagine if Trump was like, no, I don't like this anymore. The House is no longer a legitimate part of the government. And here's another House that I made up with everyone that agrees with me. That's what Maduro did. The Venezuelans just want a legitimate election and a system that's in their constitution. Pardon me for being long-winded, but this topic affects me in my two homes. Colombia is being affected, and the United States is being affected. My concern in Colombia. Right now, the Venezuelan people are running to neighboring countries, including Colombia, Peru, Brazil, and Bolivia. My family's homeland of Colombia has opened its borders and offered to give money to help Venezuelan relief, which to me was alarming, since I know Colombia already has plenty of poor and hungry people. What happens if the Venezuelan people can't find jobs and their families are hungry and Colombia can't support them? Will they turn to crime and prostitution? Will they die? Can we provide a better living situation than what they were in? If history has taught us anything, is that when people are starving, they are capable of anything. That worries me. My concern in the US. When I see Bernie, who can't even call Maduro a dictator, AOC, and these so-called socialist leaders, I fear for the future. Right now our country is strong and able to survive the new leaders like them in Congress, who care little for rules, procedures, standards. They are riddled with mathematical and factual errors. However, it's what people want to hear. My fear is that we fall into these lies and allow more and more leaders like them to come to power, until the point that our system simply can't withstand it. By that point, those leaders will have lost touch with the people and dictate what they want instead of what the people need.
I'm the boss.
Please take a minute to understand how Venezuela got to that point and learn so we don't fall for the same stupid mistakes. It takes just one bad person, doesn't have to be a big leader, to slow down years of progress for a country. I have seen it with Escobar in my home country, and now Maduro has stolen years of progress from the country of Venezuela. With that said, let's focus on the most important part of this, the Venezuelan people. They need help right now. People are suffering. Journalists and anyone who opposes Maduro is being jailed or exiled. People are being killed right in our backyard. A country sitting in one of the richest oil deposits is starving, hoping that Maduro hopefully wakes up and realizes that his time is up. Pray for them, because they truly need all the help they can get right now. And their only crime is being born in Venezuela. Joanna Hauzman does a great job explaining the situation. The links below. If you would like more information, visit mrclatino.org, check the links below, follow, like, and subscribe. With that said, have a good day, may no bad come to you, and do not fall for the ugly socialist lies.